It was a quiet night. The streets were empty, the moonlight casting a gentle glow on the deserted road. A young couple, a boy and a girl, were driving in a car, heading home after spending the evening together. Despite the serene atmosphere outside, the air inside the car was heavy with an unsettling silence. Neither of them had spoken for a long time, and the stillness felt suffocating. The girl, who had been nervously fidgeting with a piece of folded paper in her hand, finally broke the silence. Without saying a word, she handed the paper to the boy. Her hands trembled slightly as she placed it on the dashboard. The boy glanced at her briefly, his expression unreadable. He hesitated but didn't unfold the paper immediately. Instead, he sighed deeply and spoke in a low voice, avoiding her gaze. "I think it's better if we stop seeing each other," he said, his words cutting through the air like a sharp blade. The girl turned to look at him, her face pale and her eyes brimming with unshed tears. She opened her mouth to speak but no words came out. The pain in her chest was unbearable, but she chose to stay silent, hoping he would change his mind. The boy gripped the steering wheel tightly, his knuckles turning white. He felt conflicted but convinced himself that ending things was the right decision. He didn't notice the tears silently streaming down her face as she turned to look out the window, her heart breaking with every passing moment. Suddenly, out of nowhere, the blinding headlights of an overspeeding car appeared in the distance. The oncoming vehicle veered uncontrollably into their lane. The boy tried to swerve out of the way, but it was too late. The cars collided with a deafening crash, metal twisting and glass shattering. When the boy regained consciousness, the scene around him was chaotic. He was alive, but his body ached with pain. The car was a mangled wreck, and he saw the girl slumped in her seat, motionless. Paramedics rushed to the scene, and it was soon confirmed, the girl had died on the spot. The boy's heart shattered. He couldn't believe what had just happened. Tears streamed down his face as he called out her name, but there was no response. Amid the chaos, he noticed the crumpled piece of paper still on the dashboard, untouched by the devastation. With trembling hands, he picked up the paper and unfolded it. As he read the words written in her neat handwriting, his vision blurred with tears. The note read, "If you leave me, I will die." He clutched the paper to his chest and broke down, crying uncontrollably. The weight of her words crushed him. She had loved him deeply, and her love was pure and unwavering. Now, she was gone, and he was left with nothing but her final words etched in his mind. From that moment on, the boy was never the same. He carried the note with him everywhere, a haunting reminder of the love he had lost and the pain of his decisions. The guilt consumed him, and he spent every day wishing he could go back to that moment and tell her he didn't mean it, that he wanted to stay by her side forever. But it was too late. The girl was gone, and so was a part of his soul.